WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have something called Wolfburn. A little bit rare, a little bit exotic, but not that. Silent Night 2020 Christmas Special. Now that's rare and exotic. 46%, Whiskybase number 170656. Over here in Germany between 65 and 70 euros. I've seen it for 80. In the UK, it went more around 50 something. All right. So I have the first question I want to ask is, well, how was your Christmas 2020? I was stuck over here in Germany. I was planning to be in Germany, but I was stuck actually at home. I originally wanted to go up to my old place where I lived for about 28 years, visit my sons and so on. And we had a lockdown, and I decided not to go and have the risk and so on. And it was not the type of Christmas I actually wanted. We did have a little bit of fun online and so on, but still it was very, very restricted in travel and everything. And I think this is the main reason I have this whiskey. Now, this whiskey was made for the distillery. It's more of like a distillery-only exclusive, but if no one could come to the distillery, no one bought it. And so they had to sell it online, and apparently not everyone bought it as they wanted to. And so at about, I think it was May, June of 2021, this whiskey landed on the shores of Germany. Through our wholesaler, I bought a bottle of this and a couple other bottles from Wolfburn, and now I have it. So on the back, it actually has like a little tag on it, to and from, so this should be the gift you're giving your loved ones. Now I was like, oh good, what's on the label? I can finally find something out. And if you know a little bit about me, I'm getting older, and I have my magnifying glass here with my LED light on it. And it says here, Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright, round your virgin mother and child. I know this song. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, heavenly peace. So it says on the back, double distilled in small stills for a fuller flavor. And it says here, matured and bottled at Wolfburn Distillery, Torzo, Scotland. 46%. That's it. I have no other further information. Google Wolfburn Silent Night, and you will receive a couple of online shops that have it, but no real information. What casks were used, what does it taste like, and so on. Nothing. And that really kind of bothers me. Also here we have the standard box. This is the box they use for all of their special editions. Now, Wolfburn does have... let's read from the nice little book here, from our little source of information that's fantastic. Wolfburn is still actually in with the category or the second of the new distilleries. And it's the most northerly distillery on the Scottish mainlands. And actually, they started, where was it here? The inaugural bottling from the distillery appeared in early 2016. Very, very good. And had a smoky profile due to the fact that it had been partially matured in quarter casks from Islay. And this limited release was followed by a more widely available bourbon matured whiskey, which in September 16 was renamed Northland. So we have the Northland. We have the second bottling is an Ora, which had been partially matured in Orlozo. And the core range was expanded in 2017 with Morven, the first peated whiskey. And currently it's their biggest seller. And September 2018 saw the fourth expression being released, Long Skip. And since then, they've been basically only doing some small batches and some single tiny little things here for Father's Days and Christmas and so on. And that's what I kind of miss a little bit, to be very, very honest. I would have expected by now, since their last expression bottling on their core range, Long Skip, it's been over 3 years, and they haven't reduced a product with an age statement. They haven't reduced a new product to their core range. They're basically just treading water, spinning their wheels, not doing anything that's obvious to me as a consumer. Behind the scenes, I'm sure there's a lot going on, but I would expect something else to be happening here. Okay, no batch numbers, nothing like that. Well, yes, the small batches have the numbers of the warehouses and so on where they've been, but of the other, the Morvins, the Aora, and so on, there's no real batch numbers to see. Do I have an old bottling or a new bottling? Is it getting older? What is the problem, or what is the thing here? All right, so what we have here is 46%. We have about, as I said, 64 to 69 euros. And I forgot to mention something. Okay, it says here the main part, 80% of the malt is unpeated, but since 2014, a lightly peated 10 ppm spirit has also been produced. Okay, good. That's Wolfburn. So, oh, I forgot to pour it. I'm sorry. Shame on me. All my magnifying glass reading just kind of distracted me. Forgive me. So now on the nose, I do get the peat. I don't know where the peat came from. Are those maybe Lefroy quarter casks? Is it maybe the 10% or the 10 ppm of the slightly lightly peated spirit? I don't know. We do have bourbon quarter casks here, which once again we don't have bourbon quarter casks. We don't use quarter casks in the bourbon industry. You took bourbon barrels and divided them down and made them into much smaller barrels. And we have bourbon barrels as well. All right, very, very good. I'm going to just try this now. Complaining. There's some citrus moments. There's a lot of barley sugar, and then that peat rolls through. It's not strong, but it's there. It's almost as like a bonfire that's been put out the day before. You're on the beach, there's a little bit of salt in the air, and the bonfire from yesterday just is, oh, okay, oh yeah, I recognize that. And then the peat dissipates, and the saltiness and the sweetness of the barley sugar continues on. Well done. This is a standard whiskey for me. This is something I would expect to pay 30, 35 euros for, especially since the no age statement. It does have a little bit of a youthfulness to it, a little bit of a youngness, a little bit of a bite to it, to be honest. But there's no old wood, there's no problem with the cask, nothing is off. Everything's where it could be, but it could just be 1 or 2 or 3 levels higher. Now, what am I going to compare it to? Just because I can. I have a Highland Park 12-year-old here. So first of all, we have an age statement. Second of all, we have only 40%. At third, I know that this was in American oak barrels, either hogsheads or actual barrels, and also some sherry involved. And I do know that this is always going to be slightly peated. And it's always going to have a heather peat note to it. So I know what to expect here from my Highland Park. At the moment, I do not know what to expect from a Wolfburn. It could be peated, it could not be peated, and so on. From a consumer point of view, if anyone's listening at the distillery, who knows, I would prefer to be able to understand what is peated and what's not peated. Bunnahabhain, if I can't pronounce the name, it's peated. And so we have Legic and we have Tobermory. Oh, one's peated, one's not peated. I understand that. Here, it's a little bit of a lottery. If it's not on the bottle, if it's not on the box someplace, I just don't know. And I personally, as a consumer, hate putting down 50 pounds or 65 euros in this case to see what I get. All right, got the nose, and here. Okay, there's actually some sulfur in here. I get the sherry with some sulfur. I get some berries, which I don't get here. The sherry is actually more dominant here, of course, than it's here, because there is no sherry in our Wolfburn. Okay. I'm going to dilute this down to 40%, give or take, and see what happens. Cheers. I did forget to mention something else, the viscosity of this whiskey. There is an oiliness to this whiskey which is actually very good. Non-chilled filtered, no color added, wonderful. Put it on the bottle, please. No place here is there. There's room. If you can put the text of a song on your bottle, you can put non-chilled filtered and natural color on here. Just one of the things we want as geeks in this world. Good. As I said, this is for me at this moment a 35-40 euro bottle. Basta. No more, no less. Highland Park, 12 years old. Better mouthfeel, much better finish. There's a little bit of the sulfur and there's a little bit more of that old wood moment here, bitterness, which I definitely don't get here. That's a good thing about a good distillery, is they don't have old wood laying around, distillery wood, or old reused casks someplace that they could use again. To be perfectly honest, I would prefer this. I do not prefer the price, but I prefer the taste. So well done, well done. I'm going to give this a solid C, maybe a C+. Gotta be a good day. It's a C. Value for money, a D+. Or maybe just a solid D. I do not think, and this is worth 65 euros. So over here, 38 euros, almost two of these for one of these. I have seen this for 70 euros, so I can get two of these for one of these. So this is a much, much better for value for money, even though it's just a little bit better. All right, so question of the day is, what is your favorite Wolfburn product at the moment? And do you agree with me that there should be a little bit more information on the label than just the song text? Natural color, non-chill filtered, as well as the casks. I don't even need to use the casks to use. I just need to know if it's peated or not. Lightly peated would be enough. A little flavor tasting notes would be great. That's all I need is some tasting notes. A slight peated aroma profile will massage your palate and so on. Put something on there. Helps me, and I think many other consumers as well. All right, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, tell others, and see you soon. Whiskey Jason here. Bye-bye.